Oh, it's hey Google.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Turn off the office lamp.
Okay, turning the office lamp off.
Hey Google, turn on the office lamp.
Sure, turning the office lamp on.
It's Google's version of the Echo thing, Dot or Alexa or whatever. So.
Can it go like, hey Google, turn the office lamp down 50%? Can it do that?
You got it, dimming the office lamp by 50%.
Dude, I need to get this and then just rig every light up with these smart bulbs. Hey Google, turn the light up all the way.
You got it, brightening 6 lights.
Oh, that turned up. You just turned on all my house lights. Thank you. Well, not all of them, but and I accidentally turned on my Xbox. Whatever. I'll just keep going.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm recording, by the way. I didn't know if you knew that. But...
I didn't know that. Well, I'm glad you just caught that gold. Just being mesmerized by your Google.
Yeah, so we're on Decipher the Media. I don't know what. I'm not keeping track of the number because I've been releasing these out of order. So this is the number whatever at this point. But yeah, so you've been on the show before.
Yeah.
Why don't you introduce yourself for those of you, for the people who don't know you?
My name is Joe Bucci. I am a local filmmaker. Soon to be non-local filmmaker to the Pittsburgh area in 4 days. By the time I'm sure other people hear this, screw all you people, I don't work here anymore.
And that means you should all get your torches and pitchforks and stuff.
Yes.
So.
And my partner Ian is sitting directly across from me right now.
Yep.
Yep.
He's just being very quiet right now.
Now Ian will be here in 20 minutes. So.
Yeah. So we'll try to fill the time. Oh, hey, my Xbox needs to update. Go away. Okay. Yeah, we'll just fill the time with stuff about you while we're waiting.
Random nonsense and my fascination with your Google Home.
My Google Home, Google Assistant thing. Yeah.
Did you see the Google's new Google Assistant video today?
No, did they?
Oh my god, it's wild. So Google just released Google Assistant, I guess is what it's called. But it will call and make appointments for you, and it sounds exactly like you're talking to a human.
What?
It's ridiculous.
Oh, and I think I did
It understands broken English. They had it call this Chinese restaurant, and the lady wasn't the lady was fucking up everything. Sorry, lady was messing up everything.
No, you can say fuck.
That's right. I mean, we talked about terrible things last time, but I was trying to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's wild, and it terrifies me. Oh, hi, kitty. It terrifies me because I own a business, and my cell phone is listed on my website. So if you want to call me, you can. So now I'm gonna get a bunch of these Google calls.
Yeah.
And think it's a real person.
Well, I barely answer my phone as it is unless I actually know who they are or they leave a message. But
see, I was the same way. But now, since I'm trying to move and meet new people, now I have no idea whose phone numbers are whose. If I wanted to call you, I'd be like, hey, Siri, call Steve. And now it's gonna be hey, I don't know anyone. Find me a job. And I guess Google can do that for you now.
Well, now I kept reading about how video technology has advanced so much that you can. Have you seen that? What was that video that I think it was Jordan Peele did, where he pretty much impersonated President Obama in the video and had it looked like Obama was speaking and all this stuff, and he was having him say all these stuffs, but it was just motion capture over Obama's face or something like that.
Oh, just face swapping it out.
Yeah.
I guess.
So and it looked real.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah. And you're just it's scary to think what you'd be able to create with that kind of technology.
I mean, you can do that now just by digital, imaging,
But
3D modeling.
You could think of the crimes that you could. I mean, I'm just thinking of you could incriminate someone through like a video that way. Like say like, you know, oh, it looked like you killed this person. I was like, well, no, I wasn't even there. I was like, well, the video shows you killing this person, and it could be like, you know.
I think that's where like the digital forensics experts come into play. Be like, oh no, you can tell like here that.
Are they like up on like the current technology?
I'd imagine. I mean, I know those people make some bank, so.
Yeah.
Because you got to figure you're handling people's lives at that point. It's like.
Yeah.
Then again, I went to college with some of those guys that went to school for digital like cybersecurity and digital forensics, and they C's got degrees for them. So.
Well, I guess we'll see when that line starts blurring between like reality and what is.
Oh, I think it's already blurred. I think it's. Oh God, yeah.
There?
I mean, that thing's listening to us right now. I'm gonna
probably. Yeah.
I'm gonna start talking about some fucked up shit, and you're gonna start getting some weird ass ads here in the next couple of days. Like, hey, Google, pull up a Serbian film.
No, no.
I also need to know which device to use.
No,
Saying
don't do
again,
that.
and include the device's name.
Thank God it didn't start like playing it on my TV. By the way, it's supposed to only recognize my voice. Apparently your voice is so similar to mine that...
See, and that's the problem. That's the problem right there. Is if it's only supposed to recognize you, why can I tell it to pull up a terrible movie?
Like, I don't know. I don't think the technology's that advanced on that thing, but it's supposed to only listen to me. But apparently,
clearly it doesn't.
Clearly it doesn't.
Your reaction was fantastic. Your face, man. I really hope that captured it so you can watch it.
I think my face is like turned away from that camera.
Your eyes got like this big. Like,
well, I thought
no.
I thought it was gonna automatically like because I thought it was like automatically linked to the TV downstairs. So I was like, oh my God, it's gonna start playing on the TV downstairs. Don't do that. I don't want to hear horrifying things in the background.
I can't wait to tell Ian that. No, so I used to do crap like that to my fraternity brothers in the house. I would place Bluetooth speakers in their bedrooms or in the bathroom, and I'd place it under their beds.
Oh, geez.
Oh God, what are you doing, kitty?
She's just trying to get over to me. She has to be in the middle of everything.
Jesus Christ, that's some agility.
All right, stop messing with the mic.
No, but I used to take those Bluetooth speakers and I'd put them in people's rooms and shit. And then, like, whenever they would bring a girl home, or whenever someone would be in their room, or they'd be on a phone call, I would pull up porn and I would blare it through the speaker. And it was really funny because this one time my buddy brought this girl home. And it was after a night of drinking, and you can imagine where it was heading.
Yeah.
Man, she just likes testing them boundaries. But
she's making me nervous getting close to that recorder. Maybe I should get.
Hey, kitty.
Hey.
Come on, get down.
Arya. Hey. Maybe I'll just
do your thing, man.
You can keep going.
Anyways, I put the he brought this girl home and they're in their room, and I just put on this hardcore screaming porn.
Yeah.
And this girl was so confused. Like, obviously it ruined their night.
Yeah.
It obviously ruined their night. But it was so fucking funny.
Jeez.
And then, needless to say, I didn't have a Bluetooth speaker anymore. It got busted.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But she left, and my buddy wasn't exactly happy anymore.
Yeah. He was probably going to make a bad decision anyway.
Yeah. She was like a 5.
Yeah.
That was really misogynistic. Can you cut that out?
Yeah. I could probably cut around that. Let me
just cut it later.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
That was a joke, and it just came out really misogynistic. I'm not like that. Just trying to be fucked up.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. But no, that was. I love how I got to that from Google in a Serbian film. Because that movie was bound to come up anyways. So
Probably, but I was expecting that to come from Ian. So.
Oh no. There's a reason why my company's called The Mind of Joe Busey. Sorry, I hit your mic. That's why it's called The Mind. My company, my personal company, is called The Mind of Joe Busey because it's just so demented and you don't want to know what comes out of it.
Should call it The Demented Mind of Joe Busey.
Yeah. Once Ian gets here, we'll talk a little bit about Hobo Hunters, but
yeah. So that's your next big project, right?
Yeah, but again, we'll wait until he gets here and he can fill some time with that because Ian loves to talk.
Yeah.
He can fill some time.
So in the meantime, tell me about what you're going to be doing down in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, moving to Atlanta. Well, I don't know if you know the story about how I booked some work down there for the next couple of weeks. I don't know if you know the story about how I got that work.
No.
It was a random Friday. So like I applied for a bunch of gigs down there.
Yeah.
Just hoping to get one call back so I could meet people. And I got a phone call from it was at 4:00 on a Friday, and they're like, "Hey, we need an AC tomorrow. Can you do it?" I was like, "Where?" And they're like, "In such and such Georgia." And I was like, sure. I looked at my watch and was like, it's like a 12-hour drive. It's 4:00. What time's your call time? They're like, it's 8 a.m. Like, I can leave now and totally get there. So,
oh my God, that's dedication.
So I was in Robinson at the Walmart, bought my groceries, went home, because I was planning on cooking some steaks and just chilling out for the night because I didn't have anything to do. Grabbed my dog because my parents couldn't watch my dog that weekend, and we drove 12 hours straight to get to Atlanta. We got to my girlfriend's Airbnb. I dropped off the dog. I slept for 2 hours, and then I went on set. Worked a 10 or 11 hour day. And then I wrapped. I worked like 4 days, and then drove back Tuesday night. So I left the Pittsburgh to get to Atlanta at probably like 5 or 6. And then I left Atlanta to get back in. I left Atlanta at 9 at night and drove back to Pittsburgh. I got back in around 9:30 in the morning. Hit fucking rush hour traffic in Pittsburgh on my last leg. I was so close to being home, and I was just sitting in traffic, just like wanting to kill myself. I was so tired.
Yeah. I bet.
Because I just drove all that way. The only thing keeping me up was like I had a big bag of tangerines that my girlfriend had bought for me because I love tangerines and like I ate them in the morning and everything for breakfast. But I had a big bag of them because I was never home. So I ate the entire bag of tangerines on the way home, like probably 15, 25, more than you should consume in a 12-hour period. And I had like 4 Red Bulls.
Jesus.
Like just trying to stay awake. And I finally got back to my place, and I took the thickest blankets I could find to put them up on the windows and just slept for like the next 8 hours. And then I had to teach when I woke up, so I had to go to work. But they invited me back for another week and a half of production.
Well, that's good.
So, and I met a union camera operator, said he came up, like local 600 down there. He did. His name's Roman. Awesome guy. If you guys are in Atlanta, give Roman a call. But met him. He's awesome. Met a bunch of cool crew. So up here we're IATSE's 489. Down there they're 479. So I met a bunch of 479 guys. I didn't meet any DGA, unfortunately. But I got to meet a bunch of union people and get some contacts and worked my butt off. So now my hope is whenever I get down there, I can just hit the ground running. Like I said, I got a week booked with them, week and a half booked with them, and then another 2 days booked on another film as a first AC. So I'm getting a lot of AC work down there, which is nice.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Because I've wanted to do AC work, but I'm always cam op, which is what I want to do. But I like the AC because I like pull and focus. It's fun. And as a camera op, you never get to. You're just pointing the camera.
Yeah.
Point and shoot. But I got to do a bunch of AC work down there, and I'm up for a camera op job that's a month long for June, and that'd be really nice because that'd be some nice pay. So
Yeah.
some nice steady pay. But dude, housing down there is a fucking racket and a half.
I bet. I mean, it seems like a lot of people are also moving to that area.
Well, I mean, it's like there's a bunch of houses up down there for rent and for sale. There's a ton of housing.
Yeah.
And it's not that expensive. It's like Pittsburgh.
Okay. Cool.
So it's just me and my girlfriend probably spent a total of like $700-800 just on application fees for places to live.
Yeah.
And we only got denied from one place, and it was a bullshit reason. But like the reasons why we didn't get houses were just completely ridiculous. Like the first house we applied for, we sent in everything like proof of insurance, proof of residency, all this bank statements, all this other stuff that we had to send in. And I sent mine in a zip file. So how do you open a zip file?
You unzip it?
You just double click it and it opens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, you unzip it. You double click it, it unzips, and you have
Yeah.
a package. Well, I sent all my stuff to the one agent via zip file because I didn't feel like individually each like loading each file into the email. We didn't know how to open it.
Are you serious? Who doesn't know how to open a zip file?
Person is a fucking idiot. But anyways, I sent it to him each individual way, and then like he was like, "Oh, I'm missing this." I'm like, "It's in the email. Like it's right here." And then by the time he finally figured out that everything was there, someone else had rented out the house from underneath us. And then recently, the other house that we applied for, like that we should have got, we should have been approved for. We used to have at least 3 times the rent, and between me and my girlfriend, we had 8 times the rent.
Okay.
Like in salary, and they wouldn't approve us because her paycheck, my girlfriend's paycheck, was from Texas because her travel company that she works for is based out of Texas.
Okay.
It's not from Georgia.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't approve us because her work wasn't in Georgia, but she technically works. She works in Georgia. It's just like the company she works for is out of Texas.
Well,
so it
that's
was
dumb.
address. So they wouldn't give us the house.
Like, what if you like work for a chain and like the base of operations of that chain is like in a?
That's what we tried saying. Like, and they were
Like-
just. Oh my god! It's been so frustrating, so frustrating.
Oh, I
Just trying to
know.
get a
I know
house.
what it's like to like, when you're house hunting or for rent or well, for me for rent but it's always a frustrating process.
Well, my big issue with it is like all of these application fees add up, and none of them are refundable. Like, and you just
Yeah.
get the biggest bullshit reasons why you can't have the house. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But
Luckily, I don't think I've ever been denied, so it's always
no, I mean, like we have good credit and all that other stuff that you need to get a house. It's just like literally the dumbest reasons why we weren't getting a house.
Yeah.
So
well. Yeah, sure. I'm sure there's plenty of places down there that.
we think we have a house now.
Yeah.
Literally, like, she texted me before I walked in.
Well, that's good.
So, like, we're approved for the house, and now it's just a matter of signing the lease. But I move on Monday. Tomorrow is Friday. So we have to get the lease by tomorrow, send it in, and get the keys by Monday.
Do you have a backup plan if that falls through?
No.
Just gonna sleep in a van
I
or
have no idea. But
van?
she's in an Airbnb right now, so we can figure it out. But
Okay.
it's just like, I don't know how to describe it. We just I just want this whole process to be over, and I want to start working.
Yeah. No, I understand. That's it. Housing is such a stressful thing because there's always something that's there's always some stipulation that always gets in the way of you like finding a place. And like I remember there was this one time when I was moving from, I think I was still living in Irwin, and which is, I mean, do you know where Irwin is? It's like, it's like a little bit,
know where Irwin is.
Yeah, a little bit outside of the city, but yeah, I was moving from Irwin into Squirrel Hill, and my lease for my one place ended like the end of the month, but my other lease didn't start until the beginning of the next month. So there was like this night in between where I had nowhere to live.
That sucks.
And I was like, what am I supposed to do? I ended up staying at someone else's house, but I was like asking, I was like, can I like move in early? Like, is that possible? And he was like, well, maybe if the other person moves out early, and which didn't happen. So I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to find some place to stay.
At least it was only like one night and it wasn't like a...
Yeah. Well, then I had all my shit like packed into a U-Haul, just like parked on the street somewhere, and I was like, I really hope someone doesn't break into this U-Haul overnight and like...
Well, that's my thing is like I gotta drive my car down there, so my U-Haul is gonna be parked in Southside with all my fucking shit in it.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm gonna ask my parents to see if I can leave my U-Haul, but still, like, even in a nice neighborhood, like, I don't want to leave a U-Haul just filled with crap.
I had mine parked in, actually right in front of my new place in Squirrel Hill, which Squirrel Hill is, I don't think you have to worry about that in Squirrel Hill.
Mm-mm. Wait, you're moving out of here?
No, this was back when I lived in Squirrel Hill for a year, and then I moved from Squirrel Hill to here.
Okay.
And then I have no intention of moving again anytime soon. Hopefully, because I hate moving.
Oh my god, it's I will not move again until I buy a house.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to buy a house in like 2 years.
Yeah, that's kind of my thinking. Although I still don't know where I want to be in 2 years, so I don't know if I'd be ready to buy a house. But...
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like we're going to Atlanta, and if I like it there and I'm working there, then I'm more than willing to buy a house there.
Yeah.
It also looks like Amazon's going to be there. So.
Oh really? Is that the final?
It's either going to be there or Pittsburgh. It's going to be one of the two, but I don't think they're going to come to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. There's like no place to.
There's like a million Yinzers right now that are listening to this who are just like, "Fuck you, asshole! Pittsburgh's the best."
Pittsburgh's not designed for that kind of business. I don't think. Like it's set up in a way that I don't know. It's.
Well, you know where they want to go? They want to go to Hazelwood. Which
okay.
would like I mean, and like that's where they're looking at is Hazelwood. There's a bunch of land down there where there's some old steel mills because it's right on the river.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about down off Second Ave.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking at down there. And I mean, a couple weeks ago I saw a bunch of Amazon trucks driving around the city, like
really?
with big Amazon Prime on it. I was like, oh, I think they're testing out the roadways and traffic and
probably
like trying to decide on that because I mean there's a bunch of tractor trailers and there's a bunch of like even smaller vans and stuff like that just driving around the city. But no, the people of Hazelwood are pissed about it. And like I was watching the news and did you just see the person that was
they probably found like the angriest Yinzer and just put
it wasn't even a Yinzer. It was just I mean, they were just finding the angriest people, and like they were holding this rally in Hazelwood, and it was so fucking funny, because this lady had blue hair, like blue, like your socks blue, like just like bright blue hair, and it was like a frizzed out, but she was like balding, like her hair was really thin, but it was like this afro type deal, and she was just ginormous, and she had pink star sunglasses that were like gradient.
So they were just, what were they trying to find? Like,
let's
look for the most ridiculous person on the street and ask them about this.
Well, no, they weren't asking. This was like a rally being held.
Oh, okay.
And
so
like,
they were at this rally.
Yeah, they were at this rally filming this, and this lady gets up and she's like screaming, like telling Amazon to go fuck themselves. We don't want you here, and they're fucking livid because Google moved into Bakery Square. Probably 8-9 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And that was in East Liberty, and my uncle owned that land, and he owned some of that land, and he said, and he owns properties on there still. He said the properties that he still owns, like it was like $500 a month rent for like 8-9 years ago, and now it's like $2,500 a month rent. He says,
oh, really?
So Amazon would do the same thing to Hazelwood.
It would like skyrocket.
Just skyrocket. I mean, everything like Southside, like I pay $875 a month. Like me and Ian pay $875 a month for our house. Easily, that goes up to $2,000 a month if Amazon moves in.
Jeez.
Because I mean, you gotta think about it. Like, they're gonna want to hire a bunch of people. I mean, it's gonna employ a lot of people. And the other thing is like they're not gonna bring union jobs in and everything like that. And Amazon apparently has a thing about like if they pull a Walmart where they're so big that they just don't listen to labor unions and just say screw you and pay you what you want and work ridiculous hours, and you're not allowed to like smoke or anything, or like Amazon apparently their factories and their warehouses are like that. I don't know how true that is, but the people of Hazelwood are real worried about that. But like they're gonna employ a lot of younger people, and where do young people want to live that are making a bunch of money? They want to live next to the bars that they can drink at.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can see, and that's right across the river. Like Southside would go way through the roof on those prices. So I mean, if you own a house down here, that would be great. But like for someone like me or someone like you, it would be like, well, guess I gotta move again.
Yeah, that would be scary.
But Pittsburgh's like one of their top like 5 cities or something like that. So I think they're gonna go to Atlanta. They just built a studio down there.
Okay.
Like they just built a lot down there. So it's like, okay, well, why wouldn't, if you build your lot, why wouldn't you put HQ right next to it? You want HQs in California, where you have your other lot.
Yeah.
You have a lot on the East Coast. I mean, they're warm both all year round. I mean, Atlanta just is.
Yeah.
It's got the infrastructure too. It's got. I mean, have you ever been to Atlanta?
No, I've never.
Dude, the highways are like LA. They're just 5-6 lanes. Just.
Yeah, which is perfect. I mean, that would be perfect for that kind of business.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see a business that big. Like I said, it's like Pittsburgh's not built for something like that.
No, it's not. Like people love. I mean, Yinzers love Pittsburgh. They do.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think people realize how big Amazon is.
Yeah.
I think Jeff Bezos is worth what's his net worth? Like,
more than anyone else in the world now.
Yeah, he's richer than freaking Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, and let alone what his company's worth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Amazon and Google are going to go to war. Like, that's World War III won't be fought between the U.S. and Russia. It's going to be fought between Google and Amazon.
Corporations.
So like,
yeah.
And they're fighting right now with their their information that's being.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's definitely what's happening. Is they're trying to compete with each other with that kind
You're
of
gonna
thing.
be turning on and off your lights like I am all day. Turn up the light. Oh shit! You just turned on all my lights in my house.
Yeah, it's fine.
My sister has the Apple version of it because.
Oh really?
Yeah, she drank the Kool-Aid like me. So she was the one that made me drink the Kool-Aid because she's older than me. Yeah. But her house is all Apple. And I needed to use her house for like a filming location. You were there. We shot Istanbul Sofra.
Yeah.
So all of that is all linked to her Apple Home, and she gave me access to her Apple Home, and she never took me off it for like 2 weeks. Like I was getting all these notifications that her front door was being open, her front door was being shut. I was getting really annoyed. But then I realized I can turn off all her lights. So so her now fiance, her boyfriend at the time, was home watching TV. So I started turning the lights on. He'd turn them off, and like he was getting real fucking confused. He's like, "What the fuck?" He thought someone hacked into their house because I was turning off the lights and I was turning the TV on and off. Like he'd be watching TV and I could flick it off or something like that because it was connected to the Apple TV. So I turned that shit off and I would just mess with them. And Krista called me one day and she's like, are you still connected to my Apple Home? I'm like, yeah. She's like, are you messing with Cliff? I'm like, yeah. Like, he is freaking out. So needless to say, I'm no longer on her Apple Home anymore. No, but I could lock and unlock her doors, and because like everything in that house is connected to the internet. Like her refrigerator is connected to the internet, so she can look inside her refrigerator on her cell phones while she's at the grocery store because it has cameras on the inside of it.
Oh man, she really decked it out.
It's literally the home of the future. Like,
yeah, it's
a Jetsons home. And the thing is it's so affordable. Like, it's so affordable to do that. Like, because all the lights are LED, so you'll never have to replace them. You pay like $10 for one light bulb.
Yeah.
So you spend $100. All the light bulbs in your house are now digital that you can turn on and off. Yeah, I mean you can buy the plugs that plug right into the wall that you can plug lamps in or whatever.
Yeah.
$10. Like. And then you just have to have an Apple or your Google or whatever, and that just uses
it just controls it like that, which is kind of what I have. I've been trying to set that up because I have that connected to my lights, my TV, my I think I have a.
What do you have? Do you have an iPhone or do you have Android?
Android.
Yeah,
so it's all Google. Yeah, I have a Google app. Oh, apparently Ian's downstairs. Well, it should be open. I'll just tell him it's open. He's been staying outside for like 5 minutes apparently.
Oops. Oh, that sucks for him. No, but yeah, no, that's what's so scary is like you would think this stuff costs a ludicrous amount of money, and it doesn't. Like,
well, that makes me wonder. It's like how easy it is for someone to hack into that stuff then, if it's such a cheap technology.
I don't think it'd be hard at all. Yeah. Like I think it'd be extremely easy to hack.
I think I saw like an episode of Mr. Robot where they kind of covered that, where like this lady had like a smart home and they looked like they hacked into it, and she was like freaking out and stuff because everything was like turning on and off and doing random shit, and I was like that's gonna be happening soon. Like that's a reality that we're gonna be living in.
It's ridiculous. What's up, dude?
How you guys doing?
Hey.
No, I mean we're talking about how
it's nice in here.
What?
It's nice in here.
No, is it humid? Nice and humid.
A little humid.
Yeah, I had the air blowing in the beginning, but then I had to turn it off for sound purposes. Yeah.
What?
What were you guys saying?
Oh, we're talking about like smart homes and how cheap it is, and I turned on his all his lights by accident in his house. And then I told it to find a Serbian film, and he freaked out.
So it was like trying to actually like search for a device to play it on. I was like, no!
Nobody wants to see that.
Dude, his reaction was great because I was just like looking at it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it again, obviously, but like his eyes just went boom, and just like were mad, just freaked out because it started trying to do it.
Oh my god!
No, but we were just talking about like. How easy it's going to be to hack into like people's smart homes and just turning off lights. And
what about smart cars? That's what scares me.
Oh.
Well, people are already hacking into them.
Yeah.
Someone did it to Tesla, and Tesla gave them a bunch of money. They're like, "Oh, thanks for pointing out this hole." They're like,
"Wow!"
Like these people hacked into this guy's car and like cut his brakes.
What?
Yeah, they just like cut his braking system.
Oh my god.
Or something like that, and like
that's terrifying.
And then he's like luckily he didn't like he just did it like while the car was like off or it was stopped or something like
they
that.
They just did it to do it
to show that they could do it, and they sent it to Tesla, and Tesla was like, "Oh, okay, well here's a bunch of money. Thanks for pointing that out.
Tell me how you did that."
Yeah.
So we can make sure that never happens again. Well, I mean, you got to figure. Even if they give them like $1 million or $5 million, it's probably less than what the settlement would be if someone was to die.
Oh,
because the car got hacked because there was a bug in it or whatever. So I mean, that's just like pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Did they ever like
that? Not to mention like as soon as that happens, the whole thing crumbles because no one
wants to buy a Tesla.
Well,
it'll be a 10-year, 20-year setback for just smart cars in general.
Yeah.
Well, they had that incident recently where the first person ever to die by like one of those Ubers, the self-driving Ubers happened, but I think it turned out that it wasn't the Uber, it wasn't Uber's fault.
No.
But,
Okay. This car was going like 50 miles an hour, and this person jumped out in front of it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't...
Self-driving or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone would have, like...
I love driving, so I will never buy a self-driving car if they become mainstream. I will still buy a car that I can drive, unless I have a buttload of money that I can just like, okay, well, today I'm going to take my self-driving car because I'm hungover as shit.
I think it would depend on the circumstances.
I think self-driving
I still drive
cars,
a manual, dude. Like...
I think self-driving cars are going to be more for rental purposes.
Well, I think it's going to get to a point, or it could get to a point where, like, being able to drive a car is a luxury. And, like, all cars will be, like, self-driving, and it'll just be, like, an Uber or Lyft type service the way mass transit is. I think that's where it's...
Yeah, that's where they want it to go. And that's my problem is I had to drive to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine how much that Uber would cost?
Well, I think if the price would go down significantly, like because we're talking like the model of transportation would just change as we know it. Yeah. But I agree that like, especially if it goes in that direction away from like the mass transit system, like you're basically having like privatized like chauffeur services at that point, and like, driving will become even more of a luxury.
But see, I love driving, so like I said, I'd be someone that buys a car that you have to drive yourself. Like,
I'm just too superstitious of machines to.
Well, I mean, look at someone hacking into Tesla's braking system. Imagine someone hacks into all of Uber at the same time. Just like we're just not gonna let anyone stop.
We're just fucking everyone.
Like I'm alright with.
They're just
ABS.
gonna be Thanos.
Yeah.
Like I'm alright with my car. If you hack the ABS, I can still pump the brake and stop the car like manually. But
I mean, I'm sure that they'll put in like manual override safety precautions of some
I
sort.
feel like those could be hacked. Just because.
I don't know.
I feel like those cars are like over-engineered, which I think makes them vulnerable to like.
Yeah.
Nefarious.
Now are they going to be vulnerable to Russian trolls who decide to make fucked up Facebook posts that cause... that's kind of hacking we really have to worry about in this country.
We all know the answer to that. Is yes.
Would you get one of those? Have you seen any of the self-driving cars? I haven't seen them in months.
No, they haven't been around.
No, not since that. I think it was since after that incident happened. They kind of put a hold on that for now? Or?
I don't know, because they were based out of Pittsburgh. Like, they were based right out of CMU. Mm-hmm. Like, that's where all of that was done.
And you know what? I was talking about this, like, yesterday with somebody. I used to see them every morning.
Yeah.
Throughout the day. All day.
Oh, they drive around. They used to drive around Southside constantly.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to get one, but, like, and I was like, I think I'm not going to die today. Today's not a good day to die. I got shit I got to do.
I haven't seen one for a while.
Well, I know Lyft was developing their own, but they were doing that in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
that's the Google model.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. I think Lyft was working with Google. Uber was just like, fuck you, we're doing this ourselves, bitches.
Well, Lyft is a Google company.
Is it?
Yeah, it's an ABC company.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, now you're gonna get a bunch of Lyft commercials on your
probably.
Thing. That thing's listening to us right now. So you at least got one subscriber.
Or all the subscribers.
One corporate subscriber.
Yeah. Maybe you should
are they giving me any sort of money for their ad revenue?
No.
Absolutely not. Why would they do that?
We now pay for permission to look at ad revenue.
Yeah.
We buy the video game. We then pay for the video. We buy the video game system. We then pay for the video game. We then download all the necessary additional add-ons, and then we continue to get advertisements in some cases within the game if it's an EA game.
Yeah. I know.
It's just
all about EA and my hatred for EA.
If they didn't make such damn good games,
I still
Someone
won't buy the new Star Wars. I won't do it.
You didn't buy it?
No.
It's fun.
It's pretty great.
I didn't buy it. I got it for Christmas, so can't blame me.
I won't give them my money for that game.
Well, I didn't give them my money. Someone else gave them their money and
Well,
then gave me
still.
that.
I mean, I feel like at this point, you know, like Disney owns half of all the IP. Like, so I mean, just bow down to the corporate overlord, give them your money.
Well, I mean, the United States is a corporation.
It's turning into one.
Well, no, in I think it was in the 80s or something like that. They actually, formed as a corporation.
I don't know.
That may have just been a wrong meme, but
It is a meme.
I may have read that off a meme.
Oh no, you did.
Oh, did
'Cause
I?
I've seen that meme.
Okay, then that's definitely a Russian troll.
Memes are
Everything
real
you-
news,
Yeah,
right?
Trust a meme.
Yeah,
you can
they're
definitely trust
not
them.
fake news.
Did
Not
you-
fake news at all.
Did you see these? I found these photos from 1920s Mardi Gras. Freaking horrifying, man.
Well, that was random.
I was thinking of memes.
1920s Mardi Gras.
Like that's a meme right there, right?
What the hell?
Exactly.
They're like giant baby heads.
That's a meme.
That's Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
I was wondering what that picture was from.
The Venice Beach
Giant
Mardi
doll
Gras.
heads.
This one's even more horrifying.
Was that you that was posting these pictures?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I saw
Yeah, I
it.
threw it off as a Throwback Thursday.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, I like to throw old timey photos up on the internet with the hashtag Throwback Thursday.
I'm gonna crack the window just a little.
My
You do your thing, man. My palms are sweaty as fuck.
you gotta
I
stop
don't care
touching
about
yourself.
audio that much.
What'd you say?
Stop touching yourself, and they won't be so
Yeah.
sweaty.
Not gonna die of a heat stroke in here. Just
My-
to get good audio.
I think you're gonna get clean audio anyways.
Yeah.
My troll account is getting like some.
What your poop?
Lord
account?
Poops.
Yeah.
Lord Poops.
Yeah, Antoine Motherfucker's coming back. He's come back.
Who's Antoine Motherfucker?
Antoine Motherfucker.
Antoine
That
Motherfucker.
is tripping.
Is he like your
don't-
biggest
I have
fan?
no idea. You, me, and that. What?
He's Antoine Motherfucker.
What? What is happening?
I don't know. I just randomly replied to Bill O'Reilly
Yeah.
with like nonsense, like
Yeah.
just nonsensical non sequiturs about pooping,
Yeah.
and then like I'll hashtag it with whatever the like top 3 or 4 hashtags are on Twitter at that time.
Is it you that got blocked by Khloe Kardashian?
No, but I can try.
Well, I know someone that got blocked by her.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Like, you gotta figure she gets inundated with enough tweets per day that
Yeah.
she saw yours and went, "Wow, you're a piece of shit. I'm gonna block you."
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be that's a dream of mine. But
I'm on it.
but to have enough following behind me, be like, "Ha! Look at this dumb bitch." She blocked me because I made fun of her on the internet.
Yeah. It's like as big as someone like a celebrity responding to you. I mean, they're
Yeah.
kind of the opposite, you know.
I love when celebrities respond to me because most of the time it's actually good. They're like, "Oh, thanks for liking me." But every now and then, I'll troll them, and I love whenever they like me. Like whenever Neil Walker left the Pirates to go to the Mets.
Yeah.
I trolled him so hard. He just started liking all of my tweets. I would just say fucked up shit to him, and he was like, heart.
What?
Yeah, I was like, "You trading son of a bitch." He just liked it and retweeted it. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna play this game. I'm just gonna fuck right back with you." It eventually just became a thing where I was just trying to see if he would just keep doing it. The guy that directed The Green Room,
Yeah.
Jeremy Sulliner, he's liked and retweeted a couple of my things.
Oh, cool.
He's a cool dude. This controversy that surrounds him is he knows how to fuck with a magazine. So I don't remember the exact wording, but I can get the gist across. Essentially what happened was someone said something about one of his movies, and he said they can kindly go beat themselves in the face with a hammer or something like that.
Yeah.
And then like some magazine like put out an article. Jeremy Saunders tells fan to beat themselves in the face with a hammer, and he retweets and says, "I said kindly beat yourself in the face with a hammer. Get it right, guys." It's like, yeah, like he just does not give a fuck what people think about him, and I love it.
I know. I've tweeted out to Tandy Newton a bunch after Westworld, like just basically just being like saying things like "I love you" and "You're amazing." And she's, I mean, in more words, basically just saying, you know, hey, my Sunday is only complete after I've watched the wonderful Tandy Newton on television, and she'll always like the tweets, and it's like, oh, I wish we could hang out, Tandy.
Do you remember when Carly Rae Jepsen was a thing?
Yeah.
Is she still a thing anymore?
I don't think.
I don't know.
She did that one music video with Tom Hanks, and that was like the last.
Yeah, that's the last thing I think I've heard. Anyways, whenever she was big and like "Call Me Maybe" came out,
yeah,
I tweeted at her. I was like, because in her next song it says she dropped her phone in the pool, and I tweeted at her, I'm like, how can Carly Rae Jepsen call me maybe if she dropped her phone in the pool? She retweeted that. Dude, that thing still gets retweets to this day. And that was probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like
that song was a while ago.
Like, and then that's why I fell in love with Carly Rae Jepsen. And then I dated a girl that looked like her. And that didn't end well. And now I no longer listen to Carly Rae Jepsen.
Aw.
I'm sure you totally
memories.
weren't projecting.
No, not at all.
Do you know what Antoine Motherfucker and Bill O'Reilly have in common? A chain message that I'm about to start with Khloe Kardashian.
What is this? What is this? What is this gonna say?
Well, it's gonna be insane. How insane, I'm not sure, but I'm working on it.
I really hope you get blocked by her.
I might already have.
You should make it your goal to get blocked by every Kardashian.
That'd be hard. It'd be very difficult.
Yeah, but they're used to hard stuff.
So, did you listen to Kanye's new stuff?
No.
He just says pooper scooper over and over and over again. I'm not even joking. He's poopity scoopity. It's the chorus.
No, I can't stand Kanye anymore. I can't.
After the flat Earth thing, I was like, dude, how?
No, that's B.O.B.
I think Kanye is a flat earther as well.
Is he?
Really?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, he's like sucking Trump's dick now.
Well, here's my thing: is that man? That man. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's doing performance art." It's like, no, that man is just he's just done way too many drugs. Like,
yeah. He's lost his mind.
Like that is what happens when you fry your brain on coke. Like, just
ecstasy to.
Well, you got to figure the amount of like money he has. Like, the thing that stops people
from also completely out of touch with reality.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, look at his wife. He's married to Kim Kardashian. That's when I stopped. That's when I no longer had respect for him.
Yeah. But my thing is it's like that man is like you said, so out of touch with reality, but he's got so much money. Like, the thing that would make anyone be like, oh shit, I need to stop doing this. The first thing would probably be money. Be like, oh shit, I just spent $100,000 on coke in the past month. I should probably stop. But like him, that's
he doesn't have boundaries.
No,
he doesn't have any limits.
Some people think that he's doing some like performance art.
It's giving him way too much credit.
Or he's doing this is like something to like promote his new album coming out. I think he's just literally fried his brain.
I think he's also a dumb shit.
Well, that's it.
Like, people have like told him. The other problem is like, if you. So like, people are constantly saying he's a genius. At some point he started believing it. And like, whenever you believe it that you're a genius, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he thinks everything he does is like
literally poopity scoopity.
Yeah.
and there are people saying, "Oh, this is genius. This is genius.
This is This is art.
It's like, I'm pretty sure.
I want
this
to
is
see. I
trolling.
wonder. I want to see how many views he has on that.
The poopity
Scoopity?
Yeah, what's it called?
Probably
Is
like
it
50 million.
Is it just called?
I don't know. I don't. Like I said, I don't listen to him.
I think if
anymore.
you just look up Kanye on YouTube, it'll be the first.
Poopity.
Poopity scoop.
Is that really what it's
Poopity
called?
Scoop, and it's got 4.9 million views.
That's it?
I mean, there's a million videos, and they all have.
Okay. Lift yourself. Oh, you got it.
Are you gonna get flagged?
Probably.
Okay, I'll turn it off.
I mean, on YouTube, I don't think the pod did, but
Okay, well, I'll just
YouTube will definitely flag it. For
I'll
it.
just turn it off then.
Yeah.
But
Fuckers.
Yeah.
Bastards.
I mean, I don't think I don't think I monetize any of these videos anyway, but
does it matter? Will they just tear it down, or will they?
no, they just if it's monetized, if you get flagged, it automatically demonetizes it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I've had that happen to me in the past.
I mean,
Because
that
I had-
makes sense because people would just post other like music. And
Yeah.
Then, like,
Well, I mean, you
monetize
get
it.
flagged for.
Because I got flagged for something that
You didn't
it had
used to.
it had some random sound clip in it that I didn't even know was like a copyrighted sound clip or something like that.
Like
and
Foley.
yeah,
Oh wow.
and it was just like, oh no, this belongs to this person. You know, we're demonetizing. So like, wow.
I mean,
okay.
you really can't even make money off YouTube anymore. You have to have like,
no, it's impossible now.
because
they-
people were making so much goddamn money off of it before.
Because they changed a lot of things on YouTube, and it just kind of
Well, I mean, if you want to make some money, Instagram's where it's at.
Well, I think with YouTube, it's not YouTube, just YouTube. Like you set up a Patreon account.
Yeah.
And you have like a web page.
Yeah.
And the Patreon, you have like additional material and stuff like that. And, I mean, if you have 1,000 subscribers, each paying $5 a month on Patreon, that's $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
And like that's probably enough to like do a YouTube show.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like a small YouTube show.
well, Twitch has been a big thing for monetizing now, and it's not just for games anymore. Like people are doing other things.
Yeah, I
on
know a
it
lot of
to
people doing
stream.
podcasts on that shit too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they stream
that's
all
where-
kinds of things
yeah.
on Twitch now, and you know, I've heard people make like a boatload of money off. Like even just like, you know, people who just have a moderate following, they
Yeah.
still make a good bit of money from it.
Well, it's ridiculous. I know. I was listening to a podcast the other day where if you have like 100,000 followers on Instagram, you can get paid like $5,000 a post. Like people just pay you $5,000.
He's considered a traffic driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, here, just post a picture of you with RT, and we'll give you $5,000. You can do it like as much as you want, and we'll pay you all month for whatever. So people are just posting you
Man, Instagram
like skinny
has some,
tea or something like that.
Instagram has some serious VC funds that they're burning through. Or do you mean corporations?
Corporations
Oh,
are
yeah,
paying
yeah,
people
yeah.
through.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Dude, Instagram's
Yeah.
owned by Facebook. Like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Instagram is just Facebook being like, okay, well, we need to burn some money because
Yeah.
we took a little bit too much money from Russia.
Yeah.
So, we're going to figure this out.
Yo.
Let's invent Instagram.
Did they invent it or
We
was
just bought it.
Yeah, I was gonna say they just bought it, didn't they?
They bought everything.
Facebook.
They bought WhatsApp too.
Yeah, they bought
Yeah,
WhatsApp. They bought,
WhatsApp. Oculus. They bought Oculus.
which is nuts.
Yeah.
Speaking of Oculus, did you see that they came out with the first omnidirectional treadmill?
Really?
Yeah, like Ready Player One. Guess how much it is?
I'm gonna assume it's hundreds of 6 digits. 6 digits.
5 digits.
5 digits.
7 digits.
It's $1,700 right now.
Oh, that's not too bad.
$1,700 for an omnidirectional treadmill.
I mean, it's
Well,
It's ridiculous,
It's
but-
new.
compared to what we thought.
Yeah,
it was,
I thought it would be like really expensive.
Yeah, but like that's reasonable. Like for someone that games a lot and like is into the whole VR and everything, that's not that bad.
yeah, because
like,
an actual headset costs. I mean,
$700.
if you were to get the headset, and then you'd have to build a PC to go with the headset, so that's like another $1,000 at least.
Yeah.
So you know,
$1,700 there. So I mean, total VR experience with like haptic vest and
yeah,
you're looking at under $5,000,
yeah.
which is ludicrous to think.
I mean, I'm sure.
So that means in the next 5 years, it's gonna be. I mean, if you just buy a normal treadmill now, it's $1,700 for a treadmill.
Really?
Yeah, if you just want
Wow.
to buy your own treadmill to like run on.
Yeah, why pay that much for a treadmill when you can be like playing games while you're on the treadmill?
Well, that's
Or
why.
you could walk.
Well, I mean, here's my thing: is like, I love the idea of that. Like, it's like, okay, wait, so people who usually just sit on their asses playing video games are gonna get up and run around, and that actually might help this country's obesity problem.
Yeah.
The Wii did the same thing.
Well, that's
whenever that first came out.
Yeah.
But did that help that much? Like,
I don't know.
No.
Is the Oculus gonna really help that much?
I feel like if PlayStation or Xbox buys into it, it will.
But I just mean, like, I feel like a lot, like, if Mountain Dew and Cheetos are part of your diet, it's not going to matter how much exercise you get.
That's true. I mean, I think they're pretty much... I think PlayStation sold on their PSVR stuff. Like, I don't think it's going to be going anywhere, so I feel like maybe they would go in that direction.
They like it. Like, from my understanding, they're going to dump some money into it.
Yeah.
And I know Xbox is looking to just integrate Oculus into it.
Yeah.
HTC has their Vive. I don't like I've played the Vive and the Oculus. I like Oculus's hands.
Yeah, because they have those, what are they, the touch controllers?
Yeah, they're set, like, you can actually, like, move, you could see your fingers moving.
Yeah, I think if I were to get one, I'd probably get the Oculus.
These games are going to be so expensive that, like, entire systems are going to be built around. Like, it's going to get to a point where, like, these VR systems, it's going to be one game. Like, you buy the system for, like, in Ready Player One, like, you buy the system.
So, like,
for that game.
It's going to be a virtual reality world.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Like, if Ready Player One was, like, a thing, and
I mean...
It would be awesome.
Because, I mean, we're already, like, almost there. Like, you figure with, like multi-platform games like World of Warcraft that are constantly developing new maps. Like, it's a constantly expanding world.
Yeah.
So you have, like, that component already there. Like, in terms of, like, concept, anyway. And then, so it's just a matter of incorporating the VR element into it. And like, it's like, the technology, the concepts are all there. It's just a matter of, like, executing it, right? But, like, I just feel like the sheer, you look at it, so I look at it, like, 20 years ago, or even 30 years ago, like, on Nintendo, there were maybe, I alone had, like, over 100 games. And I wasn't even, like, scratching the amount of games that, like, were out.
Mm-hmm.
And then PlayStation, I had probably, like, 50, 60 games. PlayStation 2, I had, like, 30, 40. And, like, with every system that came out, like, the amount of games would, like, half or even more so.
They, like, ramp up the games. Like, each iteration has more, like, every game has more to it than the last.
It's more expensive.
Yeah.
Like, and each company just puts in more money. And, like, they have to kind of, like, continue to narrow their focus. And, I mean, it's only inevitable. Because we're already at a point now. Like, if you look at PlayStation 4, there's like, other games that come out, but, like merchandise, like, tie-in games that are usually kind of crappy. But there's usually, like, what? 2 big games that come out every year, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a bunch of games that come out. I think it's just, like, I play a lot less games. Because I know whenever I bought my PlayStation 2, I had probably 30 games, 40 games.
Yeah.
And because I was 12, 13 years old, and that's all I did was play video games.
Oh, definitely.
All the way through college, I mean, like, through my Xbox 360, I had a fuck ton of games. Now I just don't have the time to play the games. Like, I'll go, like, tonight I might go home and download Fortnite and actually play it because I've been told, oh, yeah, it's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I've been told to play it on the computer, but I have a Mac, so I don't know if I could play it on there.
I think you can get Fortnite for a Mac.
Can you?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I've been told to get it on PlayStation, but...
So, yeah, like, that's the other thing. Like, games are sort of like movies now. Like, so you have all the big gaming companies, they're just pouring all the resources into 1 or 2 games a year. But then, like, you have all these third-party, like, indie games popping up, like, everywhere. Like, multi-platform games that are on, like, smaller devices.
There's such a huge
like
market.
Steam.
Huge market for indie games now. And there's just, like, there's so many games out there that you probably wouldn't be aware of, but there's, like, every, like, indie game that comes out kind of gets this cult following to it because people are still out there. They still love those kinds of games.
Yeah, and I think movies are kind of in that way too, where, like, for a while, like, if you look at, like, the 80s, 90s, like, 70s, 80s, 90s, like there were just tons and tons of like studio films, like the main people churning out films, and they weren't all like huge budget, but they were like moderately budgeted films.
That was how you got your movie made, was through the studio.
Yeah, and now through technology and whatnot, you have like the studios all now have 4 or 5 movies a year that they're basically banking their entire future on. And then
and they always just blow up.
Like, yeah, and every single movie, every year, we have one of the biggest movies of all time now. But meanwhile, you go on like Netflix or Amazon Prime, and like there are just thousands upon thousands of like tiny small films.
I mean, look at how many small films are just made in Pittsburgh alone, and Pittsburgh's a small market.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can't imagine. But then again, I see a terrible series that's made. I'm not going to name it, but I see a terrible series that's made, and it has this massive following overseas for some fucking reason. And like you watch it and you go, wait, this has how many views? Like this has how many subscribers to it? You're just like, who's watching this? And these weird fucking Germans just love watching this crazy ass terrible show.
And it's the same with like the games. Like there's just these games and you're like, this is literally just a guy moving blocks back and forth, but it'll get played 5 million times a day.
I think people, like, my mind just can't fathom the amount of people out there to be like, wow, like,
there are a lot of people in general.
There's 7.2 billion people in the world. Like, how many actually have internet access?
Most of them.
Really?
Yeah. I want to say at this point in our lives, majority.
Most of Africa now has it, and India and stuff now have internet access via like smartphones and stuff.
I mean, just look at the Frugal Filmmaker. It's just filled with African filmmakers.
Yeah. And I mean, you figure like all of those, and like we're talking about cities that had like 5 million people 10 years ago. They now have 50 million people, and their median age is like 17 or 18.
Jeez.
And, like, it's gonna be crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. Like, over half of the top, quickest growing cities are in either Africa or India. Like, they're in China. They're just blowing up. Most of them are in Africa.
So, whenever this nuclear war starts between the U.S. and Russia, is Africa a safe place to go?
Well, yeah, actually. So, while Africa...
Like, will we become, like, the wasteland? Like...
Yeah, no, well, we're already on our way. So, while south of the equator, you have Brazil and Africa, Panama, like, South America, Africa, all those proliferating. In north of the equator, like in Europe, in the U.S., Canada, it's either, like, net zero or, in some cases, negative population growth. And,
Interesting.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to be going there, like, to get away from...
They already are.
Yeah.
And we're going through some issues with it. Us in the north are having issues adapting to it. I think is a nice way to understate it dramatically.
Yeah.
So something I think we need to talk about, and this is the reason why we wanted to come on this podcast.
That's very true. Yes.
The Hoboist of the Hunters.
Yeah.
Save a deer, hunt a hobo.
Save a deer, hunt a hobo.
You saw Hobo Hunters.
I did. I saw a rough cut of both episodes.
So, well, the one was done.
Okay, that was done. Okay.
The one with the Easter Bunny.
The Pervert Power episode.
Okay.
That one was done. Religion, we're finishing up tonight.
Oh. Okay.
So, tell us what you think.
Oh, it was garbage. No, I'm kidding. It was
garbage.
It was great. I mean, there's a lot of commentary there, I thought.
Yeah.
And I think that's... I also think that it really pushes the envelope, which is something that, you know, I feel like more series need to do. More productions need to do. More films, more television series. You know, I feel like people today just take things way too seriously.
Yeah.
And we need to just kind of show that, you know, you can't be so serious all the time. And, you know, it's just, it really has, I feel like it has that sweet spot for that kind of humor and that kind of, you know, that message of just, you know, this is for your enjoyment, and don't you know, don't bring something else out of it that's not there, you know.
So do you think we're gonna get do you think someone's gonna try and kill us after making
No. Well,
I mean, that'd be amazing.
maybe like a religious extremist, maybe, but
Hopefully we could get like a fatwa or something put out on us.
That'd be terrifying, but so awesome at the same time.
Oh man, it would be.
I'd milk the shit out of that.
Oh yeah.
But I think, yeah.
You'd be like Salman Rushdie, without all the talent. We have talent, but I mean, he's
make dick and fart
writer.
jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, he does too. His are just more intellectual.
So you were the camera operator on it.
Yes.
So did it translate? What do you think translating from watching us make it to actually seeing the finished product? Like,
well,
what was it funnier when we were making it, or was it funnier when you sat there and watched that?
I think it was funnier when you sat there and watched it, because seeing it like all put together and how it flowed, it really, you know, the jokes, you know, they come together better when there's, you know, there's a natural flow to it.
Yeah.
So it really was pieced together very well, like seeing the final product.
So you know where I was? You know where I started the first cut of that of the episode with the Islamic extremist terrorists? Do you know where I was cutting that?
Where?
On an airplane. In an airport. On an airplane. In Atlanta. The world's busiest airport.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there on my laptop and this girl saying, "Death to America." Yeah.
Wow.
And no one said anything, but there was a lady sitting next to me. She was probably in her early 20s, maybe late teens. And she like would look over and she would see some of it, and she was just like, "What the fuck?" And I could hear her laughing, and she wasn't even listening. Like, she was just seeing the visual cues of this, when Bridget runs into that room after Andreas runs out, and you know what happens there.
Yeah.
But I won't spoil that. But she saw that, and just went like, I just heard her start laughing. And then I was cutting the Pervert Power episode on the plane, and I was in the middle seat between these two people. So my laptop's on the tray, and there's two people sitting on the person on each side of me, and there's just Andy just rubbing himself with the Vaseline.
That's probably my favorite part.
Yeah.
And this guy's just like looking at me. I'm like, "You want to watch it?" He's like, "No, I'm good."
That was the best. I think that was my favorite part out of both of those episodes.
Yeah, that was my favorite part too.
I thinking back to it, you know what we probably could have done for the GIMP, instead of as much as I loved Jerry, and I can't believe we didn't think of it. We should have asked Charlie to see if Luna could have played.
I'll have the little kid be a GIMP.
Yeah.
Be a Catholic priest GIMP.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Have her on a leash, and then she could have like sat like a dog.
Yeah.
We should have had Jerry sit like a dog too.
There's a bunch of. We'll do it on the Reagan episode.
Get him knee pads.
We should have had him in full leather, though, was the thing. Like,
I think if we had the time and budget, that was gonna happen.
I mean, if we had to reshoot these things, I think it.
Or full latex or leather, one or the other.
Yeah.
I think if we reshoot it, I think we just gotta make it a little kid, because that's so much more fucked up. Like,
how about? Or
a little kid in full leather.
You could have like a collection of them.
God.
You could have like a whole family in leather.
Whole family in leather. Huh.
Yeah, like a leather family.
Leather family.
Or you could have like two guys and a little girl, or two women and a little boy. You just make people have their imagination work.
And they're just extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah. And in reality,
that comment I made before that was really misogynistic is not nearly as bad now.
Yeah. Do you think there is a line that you would cross between like being funny and being extremely uncomfortable?
Well, here's the thing: is I think it's in the matter of context of how we do it.
Yeah.
If we're just doing it to be fucked up, yeah, there's a line.
Yeah.
If they're like we have the pegging episode. Like,
Yeah.
That's fucked up to be fucked up.
But it's funny, too.
But that doesn't cross a crazy line.
No.
But if we're making social commentary, I think that line needs to be crossed.
Right.
Yeah, to just stir up the conversation.
Absolutely.
But also, like, we make a point to, like, not go for the low-hanging fruit. Like, you don't just have to eat the cheap laughs.
There's a lot of layers into this comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, like, by not going for the cheap laughs, regardless of commentary, you're forcing the viewer to, like, just think about, like, they laugh, but they don't necessarily know why. And they have to kind of think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's just, like, a dick or a fart joke, it's so visceral that you don't even think about it or process it. You're like, it's a fart. And you just continue to, like, move on. And we don't want that. We want you to kind of, like... We want you to miss some stuff while you're laughing and thinking about the last thing you saw. So then you watch it again, you're like, you know.
Yeah.
They have a lot of layers.
Yeah. I think with all the layers, it also adds a lot of, like... It makes us not as terrible of people, if that makes any sense. It's like we're actually putting thought into this. We're not just...
Yeah.
We're not making racist jokes to be racist. Like, we're making jokes to... For example, I'm just going to give it away because it's not a plot point or anything. Whenever Eddie's talking in Mandarin at the end, right now it says something not American, but, like, obviously, like, you remember what he said. He said it's about him, like, how these white guys gave him a stick and just told him to stand over here if he ever wanted to see his family again, shit like that. Well, right now it just says something not American. Well, we're switching it so that it's like we're gonna just put our own subtitles in.
Like
Hobo Hunters is great, stuff like this, like that.
Bucci and Ian Altenbaugh are very smart people.
Yeah, like just stuff like that. So like the people that
it's
like
very obvious that he's not saying these
that
things.
don't know what they're like. They don't know if someone that doesn't speak Mandarin is reading it and they're like, okay, well, this is what this person's saying, but it doesn't seem right. And then the people that do speak Mandarin can actually hear what he's saying and hear all this fucked up shit. But then it like has this other layer. It's like, okay, well, there's this layer that it's like, well, Americans just don't give a shit what these people, these immigrants are saying. Like, we're just giving them our own voice and saying, shut up, this is what we're saying. Like there's just that extra layer there. So it's like, but for some reason, every person that we show, we've only probably shown, 5-10 people?
Something like that.
That's their favorite part.
Yeah.
It's whenever he's just talking at Mandarin at the end, he's just looking at the camera and just speaking in Chinese, like, and everyone they start fucking laughing hysterically. Not whatever the priest dies, like they're like, that's funny. Like it's just like they just start howling whenever he's speaking in a different language. I mean, for some reason, people think that's hilarious.
It's funny, like, so there's like a sort of an inside joke with that. There was a movie. Did you ever see Big Trouble in Little China?
Yes, I love that movie.
So there's a scene early on where like the head of the I forgot if it was like a mafia or the wizards or whatever.
Yeah, it was like a mafia / ancient.
Yeah, so
like,
he's speaking to
organization.
everybody.
Yeah.
And there's no subtitles, but he just says a couple words. But in reality, he's saying, so these white people are telling me to say stuff.
That's right.
So I'm saying stuff.
I think I read
I'm saying
that.
stuff. I'm saying stuff. I'm saying stuff.
I read that somewhere that, they just kind of like, just speak.
Say whatever, yeah.
Yeah. When they made that movie, because, these, and then like, what is it? Some of those characters, they couldn't even speak English, right?
Yeah.
Like, so.
Was that a Jackie Chan movie?
No, that was a Kurt Russell film.
Yeah, it was John Carpenter.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's pretty amazing.
I love that movie. It's like one of my top. It's like in my top 5.
That's a movie that like that movie is impossible to pitch, because no matter how you pitch it, it just sounds like it's gonna be fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be a piece of shit, and it arguably kind of is a piece of shit, but it's an amazing.
It's like a gold crusted piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like
it's like an amazing poop that you feel really good and fulfilled afterwards.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun.
Yeah. I love movies like that are just fun.
They Live was probably, in my opinion, the greatest John Carpenter film ever, though. Maybe one of the top films of the 80s, period. However, there were a lot of good films in the 80s. Did you ever see Videodrome?
No.
That was an insane film from the 80s.
Yeah, I think I've ever seen that.
What's it about?
So James Woods plays this cable, this guy who runs this like small-time satellite channel. Yeah. So he finds a snuff show on like hidden, like deep in the satellite frequencies, and it's like the signals originating from Pittsburgh.
That's a Cronenberg one.
Yeah, it's a David Cronenberg one. Yeah.
I can't watch, like, there's a lot of his movies I can't watch.
So long story short, he goes into a TV, comes out, and then he has a gun that gets absorbed into his chest. And then he puts his hand in to get the gun out, and then his hand becomes like part gun.
Gotta watch this.
It's pretty great.
It's like every other Cronenberg movie. There's a lot of, I'm assuming a lot of fucked up elements to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sexual body horror. It's great. It's
What did the Yinzers of Pittsburgh think about this man saying that there's snuff films being made here? I can only imagine how happy they would be nowadays with the internet.
Oh, back in the day, I think they were just happy to be mentioned on TV.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we're on TV.
He mentioned Pittsburgh. Hey, you're not filming that in Pittsburgh. That's Vancouver. Not that I know. I never left here.
Which one of the like the Night of the Living Dead or
all of them?
Well, which one was filmed? There was a part. Was it the first one that was filmed in Johnstown? I think.
The first one was filmed kind of all around.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, because I think they mentioned Johnstown at some point.
They
in the
probably
movie.
do.
They shot a lot of that in Monessen too.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that's where
And Butler.
a lot of that, because what's his
Newcastle.
name, Savini opened up his school there, and
Yeah.
Romero
I can
was
just
heavily
imagine,
involved.
I
like-
think the cemetery was in Newcastle.
and then the dumbass didn't put the copyright in it.
Yo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie's public domain.
So George Romero, his editor didn't put their copyright in the final credits, and so he didn't make any money from the movie because it was in public domain.
So you could use that?
Yeah.
Really?
We did. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
hmm
Wow.
You can sample it. You can do whatever you want with it. It's completely public domain.
Holy shit.
And that like basically ruined his career because that movie made like $25 or $30 million
In the
like
fucking
50 years ago.
was that in the 60s?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he had to have made like a good bit back with Dawn of the Dead, didn't he?
not nearly as much as Night of the Living Dead. That was
No.
the first.
Yeah.
That was a
Well, people
social
say that-
phenomenon. Like people haven't seen it and they still have heard of it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
But don't people say that arguably Dawn of the Dead is better?
Yeah. No, it's definitely. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a superior film structurally. It's a much inferior film. But like Dawn of the Dead doesn't have much structure. It's just these people get holed up in a mall and then they kind of
Yeah, there's a
hang
lot
out
of,
in the mall.
lot
and
of
then,
chaos that happens, and,
And then
just like
there's motorcycle guys versus zombies, which is great, but it's also insane. Like George Romero was kind of a crazy person. Like at one point they're throwing pies at the zombies, like and that's juxtaposed with them like obliterating zombie heads under like a motorcycle tire. So yeah, but no, it kind of like the look of the zombies is pretty much the look of zombies now.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead
Yeah.
basically created that look.
just kind of like started that whole genre.
Which is kind of crazy to think about how that started in Pittsburgh. You know, goddamn Easers.
Monroeville Mall.
Is that where it started?
Dawn of the Dead was shot at Monroeville Mall.
That's right.
Yeah, they used to have a zombie crawl there every year. I don't know if they
still do.
Yeah.
They used to have they moved that, but do they still have the memorial thing there?
I have no idea.
I've literally been there twice my entire life.
So I used to live out that way, and I would go there. I worked at the Best Buy out there, and that place just got really rough. There was kids just fighting
There
there
was a shooting there or
constantly.
something.
Yeah, there was a shooting. There's been a fight there.
Well, kids would meet up there to fight. Like, They go fight in the food
Yeah,
court.
Monroeville
fight
Mall's
somewhere.
not the safest place. Well, fun story, and I'm sure my girlfriend would hate me for telling this, but she got,
Well, tell me anyways.
Too late.
well, and I'm saying it over the podcast too. She got attacked by someone in Monroeville Mall.
That doesn't
And-
sound surprising at all.
It was like some guy who had like mental issues and just out of the blue
Clearly.
just decided to like start hitting her, and
That's like my worst fear. It's just an insane person just loses their shit.
That's why I usually carry a knife.
so
Well, you're a big dude. You probably could just deck them.
Yeah, but it doesn't always work.
For a dude like this, it probably would have.
No, was he a big dude?
he was huge.
See,
Yeah,
Yeah.
people were afraid of knives.
that's true. Maybe he wasn't.
Well, yeah, if you have a couple screws loose, you're probably not afraid of much.
I don't know, man.
Well, then you get to kill him, man. You get to finally know what that true cold release feels like.
Well, one day I might know.
What it feels to be human.
What it feels to truly be human.
Truly be human.
Jesus Christ, man.
Well, you don't get to. You're not gonna get an opportunity to like bite his still beating heart. So, unfortunately, because I feel like you're not.
I'd
truly,
cut it out. I'd cut it out of his chest.
while it's still beating.
And eat it? Would you eat
Yeah,
it?
well, you gotta at least bite.
No, you gotta eat the liver, because
Oh.
that's what alpha wolves do.
And you gotta
Okay.
eat his brain too to absorb his.
That's
his
how you
power.
get like mad cow disease.
But that's how you absorb their wisdom.
Or you absorb whatever mental problems they had.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm only gonna get to be able to eat one of these organs before someone pulls me off of them, and I'm going for the liver.
The liver's rich in iron
Yeah, well,
and
you
folates.
eat the liver because that's like a domination thing.
So you gotta be careful though, because you gotta make sure that their bile ducts didn't release. Because if their bile ducts released in the liver, that's very, very toxic. And you can get very, very sick. You don't want to eat any human bile in particular.
So
I feel it, but like
And make sure you remove the gallbladder before you take the liver out.
I feel like the heart might be the way I go then.
I mean, if you really like want to
Yeah.
go full alpha, you gotta remove the genitals. And you wear them around your neck.
I don't think it works like that though.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
Or
I
you
would
eat
definitely
it.
cut off an ear and keep it in my
Or
pocket.
you eat the genitals and they become part of yours.
I don't want herpes though.
No. Like you just like you absorb their genitals into yours and they become bigger after you just eat.
So is that how that works?
That's how it works.
Man.
That's how it works.
So Ron Jeremy is a slayer
He's-
of many kinds.
he's
just-
like the Highlander of porn stars.
he buys foreskins by the gross and he just eats them like chips.
What
Just throws a bit of food dehydrated.
What comedian was talking about how Ron Jeremy was on a porn set and they were all these people were just doing blow and doing drugs and he's like, "Come on, guys, let's try and be professional here. I'm just wanna."
That was me.
Was that you that were talking about that?
So I watched this Drugs Inc. episode, and this like porn star was talking about like it was like about like drug use in the porn industry, and this porn star was like she was making like a video with Ron Jeremy and this other chick. Like her and the other chick are like doing a bunch of blow or meth or something, and then they're smoking weed. And he's like, "Oh, it seems like you're more interested in getting high than getting it on." And like he's like, "This is completely unprofessional." Because they're just like smoking weed, and he's like sitting there like kind of waiting to get it on with these two chicks, and they're just too busy getting high. And then finally they're ready to get it on. He's like, "Oh, it's about time."
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well. So, have you ever listened to an interview with Ron Jeremy?
No.
He sounds greasy even in his interviews. Like he sounds like.
Have you ever looked at the fucking man?
Well, he sounds like.
I saw him on like a reality show once.
He sounds like he smells like old lube.
Yeah.
I'm sure he does smell like old blue.
Yeah.
He looks like he's definitely been through some stuff.
You know that feeling where like you've had sex but you don't take a shower, and you just feel kind of gross the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I feel like Ron Jeremy's like that 24/7, and like he just permeates that smell of like other people's
It's just like constantly
Liquids.
accumulating.
Yeah.
Like whatever is passed on to him.
Can you imagine the Fremunda cheese
Oh.
under that nutsack?
I don't want to.
Oh, we are anyway.
What's that magical word? Is that smegma?
Smegma.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You don't know what smegma is?
No.
Oh, please don't describe it because I know exactly what you're talking about. It's so fucking
I have no
gross.
idea what this is.
Look it up sometime. I'm not gonna
Look
describe
up
it
right
here.
now.
You had to tell him, man. That's gonna be part of his
I'm surprised he
vocabulary
doesn't
now.
know what smegma is.
I don't even know what it is, and I'm surprised I don't know what it is.
Oh my god, it's like.
Don't worry, I'll find out.
Here we go, people.
My phone is just
Killing
like
me.
shit in its bed because my battery's almost dead.
Yeah, my phone's at like 2%.
Come on, smegma.
No, so back to Hobo Hunters. What was what was your favorite part?
I mean, I think what did I already say?
Oh, Andy.
Andy killed it in that.
Dude, he stole the show. Like,
Yeah.
he fucking killed me. Dude, I don't know. As much as I love that episode, it is fast paced as it is, and it like gets you hooked into it. The religion episode is still my favorite.
Yeah, I think the religion has more to say.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like what's the other episode's title?
Pervert Power, and then
Pervert
Hobo
Power.
Hunter solves religion.
So I think Pervert Power, it gets it has a hook to it, but
Yeah.
I think the religion one, you know, it has more of an underlying message to it.
Yeah, don't be an asshole about your fucking religion, people.
Yeah.
Like, also that in America, the white evangelicist always wins.
Yeah, it's true.
Like,
It's true.
it doesn't matter who you are. The white guy's gonna win.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and then amongst the whites, it's always gonna be the evangelical
Yeah.
every time. So yeah, I looked up smegma. I know what that is.
Okay, go ahead and say it.
I was already familiar with what it was. Although, like, it seems to only, they seem to only limit it to the description of, like, the buildup of moisture around the penis and vagina. But, like, what about, like, the fat folds?
I mean,
I assume that would be smegma as well, right?
I feel like the genitals is what plays the part of calling it smegma. I think the fat folds is just sweat.
Okay, well, but there is a secretion. Is what happens is a bacteria builds up, and the bacteria is actually similar to the type of bacteria that's found in certain types of yogurt and cheese, and so that's why, like, a person who might be a little overweight and who's super sweaty will almost kind of smell like Parmesan or something. This is 100%.
no, I understand. No,
So
I think that's why they call it dick cheese, right?
I don't know.
So
But so did you know there's this thing, I forgot what it's called, but it's actually like a piece of fabric that's very commonly found in the hospitals that you put under the fat folds to help prevent the buildup of smegma.
no, I was
No, that is definitely a thing. My girlfriend has described it to me before.
Wow.
Because she works in nursing homes and they
Yeah.
use it on old people.
My friend's wife, she worked in a ward that was people who were they were so obese they were dying.
Yeah.
And they would just blanket these people with it. But so she also would put in a lot of catheters. And so there was this one guy, they had, I think it took like 5 nurses or 6 nurses to get this catheter in, because they had to, 2 of them had to like hold up like the belly, and then there's another roll and another person to hold up. Other people had to open up the leg.
How does someone get that fucking big?
And then someone else had to like literally pop it out, because it, like, whenever you have that much fat, it can kind of get
Yeah, it like shrinks
hidden.
inside of you. Or
Yeah, and then you had the other person to live with the catheter.
they get that big by doing nothing and eating everything, I would assume.
I mean,
I feel like at a point, like, you just...
like, I gotta get
There's a
off my
threshold that you get. I feel like there has to be some sort of genetic disease that makes you that big.
I'm so vain that I would never allow myself to get to that point.
I feel like shit looking like this. Like,
Yeah, like anytime I start to get a
feel that
gut,
way, too.
I'm like, okay, I have to start dieting.
I've been like on
watching
hardcore diet for like the last week, so I'm just like, okay, I'm sick of myself.
no carbs. Dude, I cut 20 pounds like that. But, like, cutting out
I've
refined
been trying to do
sugars.
that. I've been trying to like limit carbs.
You
and
can't do
just,
it forever though.
No.
Because it'll crash and you can add them, but for like a short.
Yeah. So if you do, like, a week of it, and then just watch what you eat for, like, 3 weeks and go back to the week of it, what it does is put your body in ketosis, and then that eats the fat. So it tells your body, oh, okay, let's use up some of this fat storage. But then, like, you have to, for the, like, next 3 weeks, you have to still eat your carbohydrates and everything, but you just got to watch what kinds that you eat. You don't want to eat, like, refined carbohydrates.
Whole grains, fruits and vegetables.
So staying away from, like, pasta and staying away from breads. So instead of, like, getting a sandwich, you just get, like, you don't get a wrap or anything. You get, like, a salad with chicken or whatever. But it works is the thing. And then, like, give yourself, like, one cheat day where you just eat a fuck ton of sugar, and then just go back into that, and it'll trick your body into doing it. I mean, also exercise helps too. Like, I've been getting back into my running game. Last summer I was running 5 miles a day, and over the winter I just quit running and found getting back into that grind is just taking forever. I'm only at like 3.5 miles a day now, plus 45 minutes on a bike.
I think a lot of it has to do with like what you're eating too. Like I eat fairly high fat, high protein diet, so like I just don't eat as much because it's like more filling. And then I don't drink soda. I feel like soda and like sugary beverages like
I avoid.
that's how
I've
like
been, like,
you just
trying to
blow
avoid
your
that.
ass up like boom.
I mean, it's not because there's so much sugar.
It's in like the way your body absorbs it too. Like your brain just absorbs it rather than like.
Oh yeah, it just goes. Oh, okay, we're gonna put this on your.
Yeah, like it goes straight into your nervous system. Like that's why like drinking a sugary beverage, if you drink it quick, you feel kind of like anxious and stuff. Like the body isn't meant to be jacked up like that.
Oh man. Well, so wrapping up here. 'Cause
We're getting deep again.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half in. How would you summarize Hobo Hunters?
It's the worst show on television.
The worst.
Someone who is completely new to this, like you're like trying to pitch it. How would you describe?
So oddly enough, we had this conversation the other day, and we fucking did terrible with it.
Now's your chance.
I would describe it as a dark reality comedy show where you actively root against the protagonists to fail, and you know they're gonna fail, and you want to see how they fail and what spectacular fashion they fail in. It's how I would probably describe it.
I would say it's a reality game show. It's a parody of a reality game show that is filled with degenerates that you just want to see fail at what they do.
Yeah.
And we take on social and political commentary that needs to be brought up because it's gotten too far.
Elephants in the room.
Yeah, there's no one is safe is the thing and that's the thing that people need to realize about this is while we say the most fucked up shit and we do some terrible things, we're not. Everyone's on the chopping block.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're actually decent people in real life too. Like we actually help people and stuff. So it's
I can attest to that.
you're not like. It's not like we're like, just terrible people.
He's a teacher.
Shitting
I just
on-
finished my last day teaching today.
Like shitting on people below us or anything, which is like,
Yeah.
you know.
I need you to, in a future episode, definitely bring up. Have you seen that thing that's like, my culture is not your goddamn prom dress? Have you seen that meme?
No.
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I feel like that needs to be addressed.
What
That was
is
so
this?
dumb. This white girl wore like, it was like a traditional Chinese dress to a prom.
And a bunch of people got pissed.
Yeah, and like these people who are actually like of Asian descent.
Some Asian Americans were pissed. Others didn't really give a shit.
Yeah,
Dude, everyone's gonna get pissed about something.
So I felt like it was completely blown out of proportion.
What about that
ridiculous.
40-year-old philosophy major at Yale that called the police because the black dude was sleeping? Did you read about
I
that?
didn't read about that.
Oh, I'll hop on social media. It happened
right.
this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or yesterday or this morning or something.
That's probably why I haven't gotten. It hasn't making its rounds yet to me.
My one friend, she goes, she read the story and she goes, before even knowing it, before even reading any of the story, I knew this was gonna be a woman. She was gonna be older. She was gonna be unattractive. Not my words. Not my words. Not my words.
Or as Joe would say, she was a 5.
Pittsburgh
you
5. Which is closer.
Oh wait, I was supposed to cut that out. Right?
Closer
you
to
can fucking
3.
after the shit I say, you can say. But hey, Google.
No.
Hey Google.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Find me a Serbian film.
No.
Play it on the TV downstairs.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Oh, thank God.
Google.
Google isn't that intelligent yet.
Hey Google.
Pull up Pornhub.
No. No.
My apologies. I don't understand.
See, she's dumb as a fucking rock. She's like
Hey
Siri.
Google. I want to watch porno.
My apologies. I don't understand.
Hey Google. Pornography.
I also need to know which device to use. Try saying that again and include the
No.
device's name.
Pornography television.
Hey Google. Play some porno on the TV downstairs.
No.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh,
Google.
Okay, we're done.
Porno downstairs TV.
See, this is what happens. Aren't you glad this is the last time this is going to happen for a while?
Yes. So, as tradition should say, I'm sure you guys did it the last time, but where can everyone follow you, find you at?
Who says I want people to find it?
One of you is going to be in Atlanta, so we'll have to be able to follow you digitally.
You can follow me on Instagram. I should be starting my podcast back up whenever I get back to Atlanta, hopefully. Meet some new people. But that's at The Mind of Joe Busey. You can find me on Twitter at The Mind of Joe Busey or BIGBUCE31. You don't find me on Facebook because fuck you. And then you can go to my website, themindofjoebucey.com.
You can find me on Instagram at allegedlycool. You can find me on Twitter at Ian Altenbaugh. And you can go fuck yourself.
And what is your other account on Twitter?
Oh, it's not my account, but you can find funny stuff from at Lord Poops.
All right.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Okay, Google. Thanks for the good night.
I'm happy to help.
Hey Google, you're a useless cunt.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet, but I'm trying to learn.
See, we get to sit here
Hey,
and have
Google,
fun all night with this
Can you
thing.
suck my dick?
Oh, man. Hey, Google, find me a prostitute.
I don't understand.
God damn.
Hey Google,
I'm really glad that he doesn't
suck
know
my dick.
how to do terrible things yet.
My apologies. I don't understand.
Hey Google.
Hold on, I got a good one. Hey, Google, schedule me an appointment at
No.
at Lefty's Foot Massage.
Sorry, I can't add events to your calendar yet.
See,
Hey Google, what can you do actually?
Here are some suggestions. You can say, what can I do with my thermostat? Or, what is the lifespan of a tiger? Do you want a couple more ideas?
Yes.
hey, Google, turn off all the lights.
Sure, turning off 6 lights.
And scene. Lights fade. The podcast is over.
All right, it's done.
Hey Google, what should I do with this erection?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Just like every other
Hey,
one.
Google. Hey, Google, turn on all my lights.
Sure, turning 6 lights on.
Hey, Google, turn all my lights to 55%.
Sure, setting 6 lights brightness to 55%.
Hey Google, plays a Serbian film on the downstairs television.
I also need to know which device to use. Try saying that again and include the device's name.
Downstairs television. That's why.
Hey Google.
Steve's phone.
No.
Hey Google. What is my browser history?
Sorry, try asking again.
Alright, let's get going.
What is my browser history, Google?
No.